Hey guys, Dr. Chris here with Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic Center. Today we're talking about concussions. A concussion is a traumatic brain injury. So typically we see these when somebody's involved in trauma, where they directly hit their head on something, or it could even be indirect trauma. So if you're in a car accident or just take a hit in a sport and your head kind of jolts from side to side, we can see concussions then when the brain contacts the inside of the skull. Signs and symptoms of a concussion include headaches. That's the most common thing we see. Blurred vision, ringing in the ears. You can be nauseous or vomit. You can even lose consciousness. It can even affect your mood. So you can have mood swings or be irritable. Some people have difficulty sleeping, or they might want to sleep too much. It depends on the individual. You can also experience balance issues or coordination issues, difficulty focusing on tasks. So if you're a student, it may be difficult to sit in class all day. So there are some ways to prevent concussions. The most important one is to wear protective equipment. If you're playing a sport, make sure you're wearing a helmet, mouth guard, pads, whatever it may be that your sport requires. Also make sure you're using proper form. If you're tackling or whatever it may be, just make sure you're using proper form to prevent any type of concussion or any other serious injury on you or another individual. If you're driving a car, make sure you're wearing your seatbelt. Your seat is properly fitted to you. Another way you can prevent concussions is to strengthen all of your neck muscles. So there are some exercises that you can do to prevent any type of jarring motion of the head, so that way you can be stable if you do receive any type of trauma. Make sure your environment around you is safe. So if you have any loose rugs or anything like that where you may slip and fall, that is one thing you can check for around the house to prevent any type of possible concussion or trauma. So if you suspect that you have a concussion, what should you do? You should seek medical attention. Make sure you get evaluated properly by either a doctor or physician, somebody who's trained to be able to evaluate concussions, looking for the signs and symptoms, and be honest when they are asking you all the questions as well, because it is very subjective. Also rest. So you want to rest. Anything that may cause your symptoms to worsen, such as physical activity, mental activity, such as reading or watching TV, you want to limit those to try to allow the body to heal, the brain to heal. You also want to avoid any type of activity that may involve trauma. So if you are an athlete and you have a concussion, you want to sit out. So no more participation for you until you are cleared and you complete the return to play protocol. The return to play protocol is put in place for athletes who sustain concussions, and it's a progression, basically starting with just light physical activity all the way back into full participation. Make sure you go through that under direct medical supervision and you are cleared before you return to play. Make sure you have a support group. Either your parents, friends, family, somebody that knows that you have sustained a concussion. That way they can monitor you, keep an eye on you, make sure things aren't progressing in the wrong direction. How can chiropractic help with concussions? Chiropractic is really good for restoring the body to proper function. So if you sustain a concussion, most likely there was some trauma in the neck as well, or even throughout the body. So we can do an assessment to see where we need to do adjustments to get the range of motion back. Adjustments also help to decrease inflammation and decrease pain. So if you're feeling any pain or achiness, we can help with that. We see in a lot of athletic settings, the chiropractors will be a part of a medical team. So composed of athletic trainers, chiropractors, physical therapists, medical doctors. They all work together collaboratively to give the athletes or whoever it may be, to give them the best care possible. So if you or somebody that you know may need chiropractic care after sustaining concussion, you can follow the link in our information to set up an appointment for you. I hope this was helpful. If it was, let us know in the comments down below. Like and follow us for more information. Take care.